how's it going? So I don't know if you guys knew this, but I do work at GNC. You know, I've been working here for a few years now, and so I do know a little bit about the products. And today I want to go over a few new formulations of the C4. You know, it's a really popular pre-workout. A lot of people use it. So I just wanted to kind of explain the main differences here between the different ones, so you guys can have a better understanding of which one may be best suitable for you. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the C4 Matte. Well, first of all, let me just go over all of them. So we got C4 Mass, C4 Ripped, the regular just reformulated C4, and then the C450X. Personally, I like the C450X. I'm also using the C4 Ripped. I just like the C450X because it is a little bit stronger. So basically the thing with the C4 Mass is that you're going to have more types of creatine and more amounts of creatine. So you're looking at creatine nitrate, which is going to be in almost all of these. But in the C4 Mass, they've also got a creatine monohydrate, you know, which is really good for size and strength and things like that. You know, you are going to hold a little bit more water, but you're going to get a better benefit out of doing that. So a little bit better for size. They've also thrown some carbs in here, so you're getting some carbs pre-workout. That way it'll keep you full. You know, you won't get hungry during your workout. Also, you'll be able to, you know, get a good pump and stay full throughout the workout. And so for C4 Ripped, you know, this is one of the ones I've been using lately. My buddy over at Cellucor went ahead and sent me a bottle to try it out, and I really like it. You know, they took the creatine out, so there's no creatine in it, but it still has the beta-alanine, so you will get that little bit of a tingle effect. But instead of using creatine, they use like a fat-burning blend, so it's a little bit less for muscle building. I mean, it's more for like lean muscle building, so it's not gonna, you know, give you as much of a pump maybe out of the regular C4. But it's going to be better if you're trying to trim up or lean up for summer. You know, it's going to be really good for things like that. So then we got the regular reformulated C4, which is pretty similar to the third generation C4. These are all fourth generation. So the third generation C4 had about 135 milligrams of caffeine in it. They also used a different stimulant called synephrine. And so with this new one here, they use something called Cellucor. And what the Cellucor does basically is it enhances and prolongs the effect of caffeine. So it's going to allow you to use a little bit less caffeine and get more out of it, so far as how hard or how much energy it'll give you up front. And then it'll also enhance the duration of the effect of the caffeine, so you have a longer standing, you know, bout of energy rather than, you know, getting a big boost of energy and then falling off in 45 minutes or something. So works really well. And then the C450X, you know, I think they put a little bit more, so they put more beta-alanine in here. Instead of doing the 1.6, which they do in all the other ones, they put 2.4 in this one. And the idea is that you're going to be using less of this powder, because sometimes with C4, you know, people will get into doing 2 scoops. And so that's why they put the 1.6 gram of beta-alanine in the other versions of C4, because you're supposed to take 3.2 grams to get the full-on effect. And so they're kind of basing it off the assumption that you'll probably be using somewhere around 2 scoops, and that's why they're going to put the 1.6. However, in the 50X, they use 2.4 grams because they're assuming that you're not going to need to use as much, because the stimulants are going to be a lot stronger on the C450X. So a lot of times you just get away with using just only 1 scoop. You know, I just use 1 scoop. Works really well for me. It gives me a great pump, great focus, you know, and I really love Cellucor. I like to stick with bigger companies, you know, like Cellucor, Optimum Nutrition. You know, BSN's pretty good. GNC actually makes some good products, believe it or not. And so I like to stick with those companies. You know, they're very reputable, very big companies. You know, they're not going to risk putting something weird in any of the products. You know, they don't want to jeopardize their success and the, you know, size of their business so that you can get a little bit extra energy and love their product. You know, they're just not going to do something like that. And so, I mean, you've heard of other products being pulled off of the market, like Driven Sports Craze, for example, for having a form of amphetamine in there. Okay, and so when that first came on the market, nobody knew that it had amphetamine. But I don't know about you, I don't want to be taking amphetamines in my pre-workout. All right, I want to be taking clean, you know, fairly natural things, not, you know, various forms of amphetamines that don't come up on drug tests. I mean, that's just not something I want to do. And so again, these key brands you want to stick with, Cellucor being one of them, and in my opinion, one of the best, because like I said, they're really reputable, they're trustworthy, and not to mention their products are phenomenal, they taste phenomenal, and they work exceptionally well. So give all these a look, you know, check them out, see what you think. And personally, like I said, I use the C4 Ripped and the C450X. Alright guys, have a good one. Thanks.